Hi, so it's great to have you back. It's a delayed update from MonstaTek, update 21. I'm going to talk about today. I've been really busy with exams with my students and we've been traveling a bit. So let's get right into it and talk about update number 21. Now, update 21 is about the team factory visit where you see the team standing right here. Now, I don't know, I haven't looked into how they look, I don't really care. But we're seeing that they're standing at the factory, I guess. It's yellow boxes in the background, and we do see some things, and looks like the actual multi-tool right there. It looks great and everything, and we see some fancy degrees. I don't really know why we look at those, but okay. Let's talk about how focus to make sure the device can be built to spec, the test stations will correctly identify issues, blah, 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 power management. During the visit, we also verify the firmware currently installed on the pilot unit function as expected, and so on and so on. And we're seeing again a place where they test stuff with the different devices they use to test the unit. I'm not really sure what to say to this image. It's a difficult thing to reflect on. I do see things that, can measure things. Again, I'm not really sure what to call these. This is an oscilloscope, I think it's called. Again, it's just a bit out of my, expertise, these kind of, more old devices, you could say, but still very real. So I'm kind of just looking for something that's, I haven't really been looking at this update before. So I'm really cold. I haven't checked it out at all. Usually I just check it out before I record. So, we also review the factory's overall readiness, key components, and so on, so on. Yeah, that's great, but okay, so we're seeing something here with you can connect the device and okay, so catch on last minute, blah, 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 assurance. Everything is progressing towards the Q3 delivery timer. So that's the first real news so far we looked at. And this is probably where they were, I guess. Yeah, so we also coordinate closely logistic partners, okay, shipping partner, Easyship, checking, prepping, stuff like that, custom procedures, and yeah, what I kind of, feel that might happen is that when this device is going to hit the border control in Denmark or any other Europe country, depending on how strict they are, they're gonna fine me for importing something from. It's not really a fine; it's just an extra pay tax. But I see it as a fine because I find it ridiculous. But it's the way it is. Um, Comments usually is kind of the same. Sophie saying the same things. Nothing greatly changed. I still feel that, it, I'm going to give my honest opinion about this. If this is not going to happen, I think it's going to be a big, weird setup of lies and so on. I don't really think that's going. This is a thing that's going to not happen. I think this is going to happen. No, I think the device is going to be shipped and everything. My worry is just that we are seeing so many other devices at the moment, 2025, hitting the light, and we are seeing more campaigns on Kickstarter. I have also been contacted by, I think, 3 different new project owners on Kickstarter that requesting coverage and so on. And there are so many things going on in Kickstarter projects in this tech area. I want to say, if they're going to bring something new to the table, probably going to be great. But what people usually looking for is the easy click solution that's really boring. And this is probably what's going to happen now with the device from MonstaTek. It will be outdated. I already look at it with outdated eyes because we have the Fibra Zero, we have Interrupt coming soon, we have other devices here already. We got the different kind of other Arduino projects you can go ahead and check out online. And I'm just, really hoping that this device would have been shipped last year as originally was the idea. It would have been like a year before time now, and probably would have had a spot in the light. But now I think it's going to be really difficult for them to get a sale from this. I'm just giving my honest opinion. I know I'm being a bit skeptical and pessimistic right now, but I just feel that we are looking at a pledge. I also pledged this because I felt it was like a thing that could be good. But I'm not really, it's the first time I actually do something with Kickstarter because I just felt like this is going to be interesting. But when the device come out, will it be outdated and will we see some, place for it in the market? And I highly doubt that. I think there's going to be one thing going on. They have to do something new, really fast, create a new project like version 2 and get this out, prove that they can create devices and prove that it works, that they got the firmware done, they got the hardware done, everything has to be like smooth and work. They're going to create the number 2 device pretty fast to compete with all the other devices. It's just a market that is difficult to get like a foothold in. And I'm not really sure what to say is that, I still hope to get the device without paying extra to get it. And if you're going to get it, also please go ahead and give me a shout out, let me know what's going on with it. I really hope to see that device being shipped. So I guess for this video, I'm going to end it for now. It'll be a short one. Um, Also, I got some big things coming on soon. I want to start live streaming and also post a new community post tab about it. So I will start focus more on live streaming soon, and I'm currently working out how to do that in a, I guess, more beautiful way, you can call it. So definitely go ahead and check that out. So thanks for watching, and see you again online.